Oh, what is up, everybody? How are we doing tonight, folks? Happy Halloween. All right, well, I started a little earlier today in hopes that we can get things rolling nice and quickly. So, if any of you ladies or gentlemen want to get the trilogy going, or any of the other breaks going, we'll hopefully we can get a few of these rocking out tonight for you guys. That would be ideal. So I went on a little earlier. To be completely candid, I'm hoping I can be off around 6:30, so I can go do some trick-or-treating with the boys. So let me know. I would love to get that trilogy going. I would love to get the Chancers going. So does anyone want to knock out the trilogy break? Be nice to get a few breaks going, at least for you guys. And then we can have a fun Halloween for anyone who is planning on going out. It looks super freaking windy outside. My gosh. Like insanely windy. So let me know, ladies and gentlemen, if we can get that trilogy going. It would be great. I said would absolutely love to get a few of these rolling nice and early for you guys. Always leaving early. So how does this sound, guys? I will give away 3 overtime packs in the trilogy break if we get that filled in the next 10 minutes. It's only 3 spots. I will give away 3 extra overtime packs as a thank you. I'm trying to get as many of these breaks filled as soon as possible for you guys. So let me know. So 3 overtime packs if we can get that triple up filled. I think we're almost there. And at least we'll get a break rolling nice and early. All right. So once again, I'm trying to get you guys some extra stuff, as I do appreciate you guys coming on a bit earlier and getting these breaks going. So if anyone wants to get that trilogy going, 3 left. If we fill in the next 10 minutes, I will put 3 overtime packs at the end just as a thank you for getting it filled. As it is very much appreciated. So let me know. Hopefully we can get it going. I see the Chancers are moving. The World Series Chancers that we decided to post today. Fun little ones for you guys. But let me know if you guys want to get them going. So let me know. Said more than happy to get that trilogy going. Most definitely think we can get a few of these going nice and quickly, so. So let me know if anyone wants to get the ball rolling on it. All right. We're getting spots taken, just not in the trilogy, which is kind of funny because that's the one I have the deal on right now. I'm glad the other breaks are moving, though. Very glad they're moving. So let me know what else you guys want to get going. As stated, would love to get the trilogy rocking out. There's only 3 left in that one. So that should be a fairly easy one to do, I would think. And hopefully we get a few more going. Anybody want to get the ball rolling? We got some Chanters, we got some Trilogy, we got some Ingrained. We got lots of different items up there. So, as I said, hopefully we can get a few of these rocking out nice and early. That's kind of the game plan. And if not, then no worries. It'll be a nice trick or treating for everyone today. Because it's Halloween. All right. So just an FYI, sitting at 7, yeah. Well, as I said, Grim, I'm trying to get some of the smaller breaks, like close breaks filled. So to be honest, hoping to be home around the 6:37 to go trick-or-treating with the boys. So I'm trying. I went on early in hopes I can get a lot of these smaller breaks filled up, and then obviously Sunday we can. Again, I have no problems, Grim. If we fill all 7 in Premier, I'm rocking out Premier. But I'm just trying to be candid with all of you guys that ideally, let's get the small breaks filled. Like Trilogy got 3 left. That's it. So once those 3 go, we are good to go. It is insanely windy here, Grim. Like I'm looking outside and like it's pretty windy. Like right now it doesn't look too bad, but literally about 5 minutes ago I was like, oh man. It was a pretty windy affair outside. But I do agree. I hope it does not happen, I guess, in the next hour or 2, right? A lot of kids are going to be out there. I hope it's... Ours kind of looks very cloudy, almost rainy. So let's hope it's not too bad. So does anyone want to get 4-3-7 going? Or does anyone want to take a spot in 4-3-7 in hopes someone else matches them? We are down to 3 and that is all. Once we get those 3 filled up, we're good to go. We at least can get Trilogy nice and done. So let me know. I'm hoping we can get a couple going. So let's see if we can get that going. So let me know. Grim, are you handing out candies tonight? Trick or treating? You dressing up and getting some free candies? To be honest, Grim, no, I don't think we normally did live on a major road. Well, that's fair. I'll be honest, I don't follow along too much of the shipping end, but I believe most of it was Canada Post before, but we have to obviously switch depending on what's going to happen with the strikes and all that fun stuff. So, always things changing. What are they, out of curiosity, Grim, what are they charging? They're trying to charge you $24 in fees for a $2.50 tear. Sorry, what? Why would they be trying to charge you $24 then? What's the 24 bucks for? That is a joke. $10 and wow. That's a joke. I am sorry that you have to deal with that. Well, that's it. We all got to deal with what's going on in the world. Of all time on Monday. I am sure they've had their fair share, so you're gonna have to stack up against a lot of others. I can tell you that for sure. No, but you know what, Grim, I said I understand, like, with a lot of things changing, tariffs, all this fun stuff going on, I do feel bad. Like, don't get me wrong, it absolutely sucks for stores, I can tell you this now. There's a lot of things going on that are, like, I won't say killing stores, but really hurting stores. We have been battling a lot of different battles for so many years, but I will openly state the last 6 months, I just feel like there's a lot more compounding now for a lot of businesses. You know what though, Grim? I will say we have a lot of loyal guys who don't mind having their packages sent just a bit later on or pushed back or different means. So our guys have been pretty good. Our break sales have been pretty consistent. That hasn't been too bad. The box sales have been a little tougher for Canadians up here just because of the tariffs when they were there. Because it was hard for them to, in their heads, pay basically 25% more for honestly nothing different, right? And again, being honest, when there's higher end boxes that are $300 that you're now paying $400 plus taxes. But it is super tough. Have a good one. Yeah, and the problem was, I can tell you, Floor, on our end, the issue was for us is we generally did not know within about a week or two. There's a time. Just give me 1 second. There was a time where we had about 3 or 4 releases where we didn't know about a week or two out, and like we already had our pre-sales done for months up before that. So like there's a lot of stores that lost a lot of money on pre-selling product. Like it honestly is super sad where we're at right now. There's a lot of things going on every side. Oh, you know what, Floor? And here's the problem. I see both sides of the scenario from a dealer point of view and a consumer point of view, right? Because obviously I hear about everything, and I talk to a lot of dealers, and I feel bad because I know some dealers were stuck in a very hard place because they lost their shirt on quite a few boxes of pre-sale items because, and I'm just using random numbers, but just say they are pre-selling it for 200, and our cost was like to say 180, and then all of a sudden our cost became 230. Again, I'm just doing random numbers. And it's like, if they had 20, 30, 40 boxes pre-sold, it's like they're losing 30 bucks a box instantly. Like, to me, that's so rough on shops who need it. And honestly, the problem is right now, and this is kind of the way I think right now, there's not much relief, right? Like, and I don't know how it is for Topps and Panini, so I can't really comment on those, but it's like, on the upper deck end, it's not like we're getting much like extra boost stuff to help out on moving product, or I wouldn't say compensation that we're owed anything, because again, I don't think this is upper deck's problem either. But a lot of stores I know are feeling kind of left hanging out dry right now. Grim, yeah, there's a lot of things on both sides that, you wish one or both sides would do things differently. Again, this is, it is what it is. Everyone's got their own opinions. But yeah, I can tell you, I have a lot of friends in the U.S. and I have a lot of people I know in Canada, clearly. All of them are universally not doing very well right now. This is not a time where everyone's super happy right now. And I'll be honest, I think our industry needs a nice shift. I think it needs to kind of change the identity of what it is for long-term health, because it's not healthy right now, in my opinion. Again, just my babbling opinion. Grim, it's going to need to change, to be honest, or a lot of stores are going to be left without stores. Like, that's just being honest. There's a lot of stores. Like, the problem is, our industry has always been very reactive. I wouldn't say it's good to boost profits because, again, I don't know what you're trying to say with the celebrating Bedard stuff, but again, the prices of boxes, like, I don't think people realize sometimes how little we make on certain products. We do get the occasional good win ones where it's like, it comes out, it's super hot, and you do well. But I think you guys also forget, like, there's also products like EX that, literally within 2 weeks, it's maybe half the price on the internet of what our cost is already. And there's no other options. Either you sit on it and die with it, or you sell it and you lose half your shirt. Well, Grim, let's be honest. It is a bit of everything, right? It's every one. The problem is it trickles down. When stores need to do a bit better, sometimes they get a little more. They need to make more money, right? So they charge a bit more. But it's if that happens 3 times, by the time it gets to the end consumer, it's like a lot of times the end consumer just says no. The only thing I wish, and I will vouch very hard for, is I wish Upper Deck would do more incentivizing customers to go into stores and actually complete sets and have like in-store bounties to actually make people want to go into a store and complete something. Floor, yeah, no, I read that one too. I agree. I feel that's a very odd statement. I'm not gonna lie. Like I understand where he's coming from, but he also like they also got to understand they do control a lot of that as well themselves, right? Like again, I'm giving you guys hypotheticals, right? Like if EX comes out and EX is like $300 my cost, okay, like there's nothing I can do. I'm either buying it or I'm not buying it. Right? So it's not necessarily gamblers. You can make better products. Now, I'm not saying this directly to Upper Deck, just so you guys are very clear. I'm not saying Upper Deck. I'm saying as a whole, like people will pay money if a product's good. They have no problems. But let's be honest, when you're building, if any company builds a product and tries to sell for $2, $3, $4, $500 and gives you $15 a product consistently back, that's a you concern, not a hobby concern. Like, and I will tell you candidly, I am very, very fine with clear cut as an example, where you get one card, you win or lose, but yet it's still under 150 bucks, right? For obviously when it comes out, it's under 150 bucks. I'm fine with that. That's great. It's when you start crossing the 2, 3, 400 range, like the amount of. Now I love SBA. I love the Future Watch auto sets, but like when you're starting to cut down the autographs and make it more insert heavy, and then I've seen some of these boxes where it literally is $15 to $30 of value. Or Ultimate. Honestly, Ultimate was. Now Ultimate's always been more of a gamble. Let's be honest. But I agree with you on that, Grim. It's like when you have a consumer open in front of my, like, you know how many times I've had a customer open an Ultimate box in front of me, look at me and go, well, I just got spanked really hard on this. It's hard to be like, well, try again, keep going, have fun. Like you're 600 deep on 2 boxes of Ultimate, and you realistically might have 70 bucks back. So it's like I absolutely 100% fully understand why. I thought that was a bit of an odd statement, to be completely candid, knowing that they have complete control. Right? Like, but as I said, Floor, you know what the issue is? And again, this is my honest opinion, okay? We're building the entire industry around more so gamblers of the higher end, right? They want high-end products. They want the rare Celebrinis. So we're going to keep giving them high-end Celebrinis. But you're not rewarding people to collect anymore. And I'll happily state, there are certain avenues that they're rewarding people collecting sets or completions of things. But why are they not doing that for stores, right? If I could then pitch an idea to someone to come into my store and be like, hey, if you complete the color Allure rainbow wheel, we give you a, I don't know, blue variant of it, it would actually encourage people to come in here and complete sets. Like, I'm a firm believer of that. People want to feel like they've accomplished something. The issue is right now, there's nothing for in-store. Like, it's just, here's a product, buy it, open it, go home. Here's another product, go buy it, open it. There's no direction for people. And I think our hobby has always been the foundation of a full, complete set. Set builders, set collectors, completing a player set, something. I still believe to this day, you need the high-end people, of course. But you need the set builders. Like, the funny thing is, I have one set in mind. I'm curious to see if anyone's going to guess it. What would you guys say has been, in my opinion, I'm trying to make sure, there might be one I'm missing, but the most recent, greatest success, actually, sorry, now I have two in my head. Greatest success of cards that generally should not sell that high, but because it's set building, sold for astronomically amount of money. What two sets do you think I have in my head? Pokemon. No, it's hockey stuff. It's more so proof in the pudding that I have that collecting is the way to go. I'm curious if you guys can pick off the two that I have that I believe are perfect examples. That would be I didn't have that one, Kevin, but that would be a single card one I would agree with you on. Any other guesses? Rainbows of Stature? No. I will tell you, because I think it's going to be hard for you guys to actually guess it. And I'll explain my reasons why. The original one that I was talking about, the FX cards, those are nice. But actually, the bounty ones, I'll give you that one. I didn't think about that one, but that is also a bounty. I meant non-bounty. I didn't clarify that. The original one I had was SP Legends. Those Future Watch autos and what they sold for, of very common Legend auto names, were selling for astronomical amount of money. Way more money than 99% of any of their autographs are like out of 10. Like, we're talking like Potvin was going for like $400 for like a $199 autograph. Literally, you can go on eBay probably right now and buy a Potvin out of 10 for like $100. The other set I was thinking about was the Boston Bruins Centennial. And again, I encourage you guys to look up some of the names that are going for $200, $300, $400, $500, and you can find cards of them all day long for $10, $15, $20. I think that's what we need to get back in, is to give people a reason and a direction to collect. And when you get that frenzy of people collecting, you're naturally going to help. And again, I can tell you, because we had 6 people in our store alone do the SP Legends Future Watch auto set. None of those 6 people I would consider high-end, you know, tons of money gambler type of guys. Those were set builders. And they just love the concept of it. And it proves the fact, because they could go out there and buy a Felix Potvin autograph, a Jeremy Roenick autograph all day long. Why are they buying that one specifically? Because they just understand it's a really cool set. And let's be honest, there's also no accomplishment attached to it. Like, it's not like they're getting anything bonus for it. They're doing it because they love the set. So long story short is, I don't think as a hobby we're doing enough right now on every product to keep people engaged. Right? Like, and I don't think it would even be that hard to have like a way that for example, if somebody opens up a lure in our store and gets the rainbow color wheel of certain players, we give them a unique Art Ross trophy card, right? Like just something like fun like that. That way it keeps them coming into the store. That way it gives you something to accomplish, and you don't feel left out. It just, I don't know, it blows my mind that we don't try to do that more. People want a sense of direction, and that I feel like that gives them a direction. I just don't think we do that enough for in-store. You know, you could easily play fun games out of it. Now, don't get me wrong. I can tell you with 100% certainty, Upper Deck's reluctancy to that one would be that the stores would just sell the cards separately. And I don't disagree with that. There's a ton of stores that probably would do that. So, fully understand why they would be reluctant. But at the end of the day, then try it out. And if you see, I don't know, find a way that you have to redeem certain cards. Something. I'm going to go fill my water. I'll be right back. All right. Well, here's the thing, Grim. To me, and don't get me wrong, I am fully understanding. I'm not an idiot. I fully understand that dealers will try to always capitalize on making extra money when they can and doing that. So I understand the reluctancy for Upper Deck to ever trust or do stuff like that. But here's my honest opinion. is at the end of the day, try to figure out who it is and just don't let them have another program then. Right? Only do it for the ones that you trust. Like, here's the thing. You know what I would do? You like, make it a way that we cannot screw you over. I don't know how. I haven't put that much thought process into it. But make them a way. Let every dealer know. Like, Upper Deck sent out a blast email, for example, saying that every store is going to get 25 of these for the first 25 customers that come in. And then I have to give Upper Deck 25 of those said sets to verify it. So the only way I could technically get one is if I decide to build a set in my store myself. Which, at the end of the day, that's fine then. At least you're getting rid of those cards or, you know, building it. So that's fair. But there's definitely ways you can kind of foolproof it. In which, you know, like, only give me 25, but let people know that you're only giving 25. I'm just a firm believer, honestly, that if you want to, I wouldn't say stop the high-end gamblers, but make it entertaining for everybody. The MVP buy. Oh, yeah, Grim. I agree with that. By the way, Trilogy's filled, so thank you guys for that. I'm just getting it ready on my end here. I absolutely agree with you on that one, yeah. But there's a lot of ideas I've had, Grim, over the years that, you know, I like throwing them out there, like, you know, things to clean up the inserts, right? Like, that's kind of one of the ideas I had is, like, you know, you submit 100 inserts from a certain set and you get one exclusive item out of 100. Like, I bet you tons of people do that. You know, you submit a certain player and if they win the trophy, you win a blank. Like, there'd be tons of people who would want to play those fun games. It's exciting. Like, my biggest thing I worry about is oversaturation. That's one of the biggest things. Grim, those are, yeah, though I don't speak of that word, so that's why what I meant to you about they incentivize collectors other places. Candidly, that's kind of what I meant. Because I wish they did that for stores. It'd be nice. But yeah. 24,437 3 times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. And then we got Vegas, Seattle. All right, so let's get the show on the road. And as I said, I understand why it's successful. I'm not downgrading that by any means. I said I just wish that we as stores had similar fun activities that could keep people engaged. Because I know people would come back to, if they're 1 or 2 or 3 cards away from completing something to get something, they'll come in the store and buy another box or 2 to get it. Like, I just truly believe, you know, we have the capabilities of doing it. We just got to be use our brains and build something. So, but we got one break filled, ladies and gentlemen. I do appreciate that. So let's get this one going. 24,437. We got the 3 boxes of Trilogy. But Grim, the honest thing is, I've always said this. I care just about a happy and a healthy hobby. I've always stated that. We've got number to 99 for the Ottawa Senators of Cleveland. Ottawa. The more collectors that are happy in the industry, the more stores that will be able to stay around, and everyone will be happy. Generations of bunting for the Maple Leafs. And we got a full 199 Sweezy for the Blue Jackets. We got a renditions for Vancouver of McDonough, followed by a Farrell to 9.99. 9.99. Oh, 100% Grim. Renditions of Kessel for the Blues. And a rookie to 9.99. Bobby McMahon. Bobby. We've got a base jersey for Vegas of Jack Eichel. And a generation to 349 of Brett Hull for the Blues. Brett Hull. Oh, knife down! Knife down! Come on, big card. Oh, very close to a good one, but that's awesome. I like it. We got number to 299 for Calgary of Coronado. And we've got number to 49, Rookie Premier's patch, Philp for Chicago. Number to 49, Philp. Yeah, all baseball. All baseball and football. Football. Grim, we do have a lot of football breaks. Don't know if you care for those. Renditions for Vancouver of Hiroshi. And a 199 for the San Jose Sharks of Gushin. Generations for Florida Lundell. $6.99 for Calgary of Peltier. We've got a rookie jersey to $4.99. Matthew Nice. Go Leafs, go. And a $3.49 Generations of Kyrou for the Blues. Generations for the Blues of Brett Hull. And for the Red Wings, Lidstrom to $7.99. We've got number to 99 for the Dallas Stars, Matt Murray. Rookie jersey, $4.99, Coronado for Calgary. And we got a $9.99 Cooley for the Rangers. Cooley. Take it easy, man. Cooley. Whoosh. Whoop-bam! Nice. Renditions of $4.99 of Gus for Chicago. And number to 24, rookie signature pucks, Forster for Philly. Forster for Philly. We've got number to 99 rookie premieres, Matthew Nyes. Yet another Nyes. We've got a Generations for a Washington, a Strome, and a rendition to $7.99 of Askarov. Renditions for Nashville, Evangelista. $1.99 for the Minnesota Wild of Brock Faber. Generations of Dougie Gilmore for the Leafs. $9.99 for the Blue Jackets of McCowan. We've got a Rookie Premiers jersey for the Nashville Predators of Askarov. And we got a $7.99 Chicago David Gust. There she goes. David Gust. Well, that was a pretty good trilogy break. I'm pretty happy with that one. All right, so let's see if we can get other breaks going, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to see if we can get those World Series Chancer breaks going. I hope you guys realize the value. And again, I think we know Ohtani is going to go down as one of the greatest of all time. And the Guerrero rookie autograph for only $19. Those should be flying, in my opinion. So, gonna throw this out there. We should get those done. I hope the Jays win it. Yeah, I agree. I'm on the Jays bandwagon, obviously. So let me know if anyone wants to get the Chancers going at least. How about this, guys? In the World Series Chancer or the Ovechkin. So I'm going to give you guys three options. For every 3 spots you grab, combined, don't care, combined, I will give you an overtime pack. For every 5 spots, I will give you 2 overtime packs. Maybe we can get 2 or 3 more of those Chancers going tonight. So the Ovechkin's already like past half filled. And the other ones are 15 and 19. So you take 3, you get 1 overtime pack. You take 5, you get 2. And you can combo it however you want. You can take 3 in one, 1 in the other, 1 in the other. However you want to combo it. I'm good with that. So let me know. I'm going to make kind of a last-ditch effort to see if we can get those ones going. So even the Ovechkin, you can get a graded 9.5 rookie of Ovi. And get 2 overtime packs of that. You can get an Ohtani rookie or a Guerrero rookie auto. So I'm hoping we can maybe get one of those going, or a couple of you guys want to do it. To be clear, they do not need to be filled. So it does not need to be filled for you to get the bonus. You just got to take those 3 or 5 spots right now, and we'll be good. So I'm going to do my best to offer you guys extra bonuses. It is completely up to you guys to take advantage of them. And maybe, just maybe, we can get one of them filled. Or both of them filled. Who knows? So it looks like the Ohtani's down to 13 and the Guerrero's down to 14. So if we can get one or two more people doing that deal, I think we might get one or both of those going. So who's next? Who is next? Eric, smart man, sir. Very smart man. All right, anyone else want to jump on that train? The Ovi, the Ohtani, and the Guerrero Jr. guys. 3 spots gets you 1 pack. 5 spots gets you 2 packs. Any combination. 221, 311, 500. Any combination. But I figure we can try to attack those ones. Those might be the easiest. And Grim, I'll tell you was my fun train of thought today, and same with you, Floor. And obviously everyone else listening. And I was debating, I'm like, do I go on around like 4:30 or 5 before the trick-or-treating in hopes that maybe I get some people before trick-or-treating? Or do I go on at like after trick-or-treating, which would be around 8, 8:30, but then the problem is you got that Blue Jay game and then any parents putting down their kids. You know, I was like, I feel like the earlier was the better of the two. Do you guys agree with me on that? I also knew no matter what tonight was going to be a slow night, so I'm not surprised by any means, but yeah, I figured at least for any Canadian fan, there's no hope I think they'd be online or active enough with the baseball game on. At least in my opinion. So anyone else want to take advantage of the Chancer deal, guys? Because I probably will call it a night in about 5 to 10 minutes. So if you guys want to capitalize on my extra deals, this is what I recommend. And an FYI, since next week is Expo, I have some very, very aggressive pre-Expo deals are going to be called, going up. So please be on the lookout for those because I think you're going to love them. Happy. But that just makes you a really good parent, doesn't it? The sacrifices you gotta make sometimes. It's literally pouring. But you're pouring with love. And that's what matters. And Mr. Golden is getting an OT pack. So you can watch it. I would be stunned. I'm not going to lie. I would be stunned if while you're walking, people will not just update you. Like, I played hockey on, was it Wednesday night? On Wednesday night, I had played hockey at 9:30, and I think during the game, somehow the refs knew the score, and the other team knew the score, and they kept updating as the game was going on. So, I would find it stunning if you don't go up to the door and like, oh my God, did you just see what happened in the Blue Jay game? And you're just going to smile and be like, no, I did not. I am trick-or-treating right now with my beautiful children. While you slowly but surely feel it on the inside. All I hope for me tonight, selfishly, it is not a long game because I'm actually going to try to stay up for this game because since my my one son made the higher level of hockey, his practices are at 6:30 in the morning, so I get very tired, clearly. Like even this morning, I was up at 5:15 in the morning for his practice, and I have another, I'm coaching tomorrow, and our game starts at 7, so I'll be there at 6:15. So that's always enjoyable. Grim, who are you talking to, by the way, just so I know? Talking to Abby or talking to me? Me? So my older son's playing U9, my younger son's U6. So my U9 made the highest level he can at his age. And then U6 is just basic house league. Because there's nothing else other than house league. But I will tell you, he is phenomenal in house league. He is by far one of the best in house league. Oh yeah, there's goalies. Like, so Grim, so my older son has 3 practices a week, and then currently right now it's only 1 game. But as we get into November, December, January, February, March, it'll be 2 to 3 games a week. For the U6, there is only the black netting where the holes are in the corners. But the U9, any goalies in my pack? I don't know what you mean. Oh, no, sorry. They're both players. They are... My older son is a pure-out goal scorer. An absolute pure-out goal scorer. Hockey sense galore. It was funny because during the tryouts, I was sitting there, I'm like, I hope he just has a good game, you know. And of course, he's the only one who got the hat trick on the ice, and I was like, okay, that's good. And then the first game they played against Waterloo, they won, I think, 6-2. He got another hat trick, which was good. So he's doing well. He's doing well. I'm very proud. Makes those early mornings so much easier. Goalie until 18, yeah. Goalies are, they're tough to find. Well, Grim, that's what I'm hoping. You know what? Like I said, I'm pretty happy that I was coaching, to be honest. Because I kind of want to be on the ice as he kind of grows up. I don't know how much further I'm going to take coaching. Like, I don't know if I'm going to try to take it to rep or anything high-end if he makes it. Like, I'm very confident, which is also a scary thought for me, but I'm very confident that my younger son is going to most likely be better than my older son. Which is pretty scary because my older son is not too bad already. So I just don't know if I want to coach any, like, honestly, the dedication. So to give you an idea, guys, just for fun, before I potentially leave. But to give you an idea, so my older son right now, again, he's 8 years old. Literally just turned 8. From September till March, not including the 4 tournaments that we have. So we're going to have 4 tournaments as well. But he's going to have, including practices and games, but not tournaments, 94 ice times. So think about, like, how much ice time that is for, like, that. It's mind-blowing how much time they're developing these kids. And I'll be honest, there's no hope in hell I could devote that much time as a coach at that level. And not only that, just arranging everything. Like, the rooms for all the tournaments, the bus. Like, we have a team bus going to Sarnia for one of our games. Like, it's just, you know, there's no hope I could manage that on top of my schedule. I'm already dying right now just taking him to practices and coaching my one other son and trying to work on top of that. No hope in hell. I commend the coaches, honestly, to devote that much time. That is so incredible of them. Well, the other fun thing, Grim, is like even things like this morning. So our practice starts at 6:25. They get on the ice because it's the first ice time. They're allowed on the ice around 6:05, 6:10. So my son literally will speed change and be on the ice at 6:10. And then the practice is over at 7:30, and one of the coaches generally stays for another like 20 minutes, half an hour. So almost my son every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday is on the ice for 2 hours in the morning, and he loves it. Like, it's the same thing every morning. I'll be in the stands, practice, coach will call the practice. He'll skate over to wherever I'm sitting and kind of look at me and like point down as in like, can I stay on the ice? And I'm like, sure, go ahead if you want to. Like, but yeah, he loves it. You know, that's a phenomenal thing. Can't complain. So, as you said, enjoy it while I can right now, right? So, like, here's the honest truth. I'm hoping he makes the NHL. I would much rather enjoy those games. You know, I think I would very much enjoy those games. But man, it's crazy. It's crazy. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know anything else. As I said, I might cut today short, and I do apologize on my end on that. But again, some days I gotta cut it a little early. Abby, that is one thing I will pull a Mitch Marner dad on. I am going to say no Boston or Montreal. That's just not allowed. I'm sorry. But no, I am genuinely joking. Honestly, I would be the proudest person in the world if he was the last pick and never even made or never played a game. Honestly, as long as he's happy playing and trying as hard as he can, don't care what team. If he's a Boston fan or Montreal, sorry, if he makes Boston or Montreal, I would happily put on my Montreal and Boston jersey and cheer him on. Wow, that's incredible, Grim. Well, congrats on that, man. It also stems from parenting, right? So congrats. Boo to me, sir. Hey, Golden, I just said I'd cheer him on. I just said I'd cheer him on. Jason, just a quick FYI, if you take 5, you get 2 packs. So I can squeeze you in for the 2 packs there if you want. I just don't want you missing it out for only 1 more spot. So if you take 1 more spot in the OV, you end up getting 2 overtime packs instead of 1. So just my opinion. I would just take the second one. But you do what you got to do. can't, no problemo, sir. So let me know if there's anything else you guys want to do. Again, Sunday, we are going to have a fun-filled day. I promise you on that. And I have some really, really good pre-expo deals that are going to go up that I would be stunned if you guys do not just make them fly. Because legit, I would be stunned. They are great products at a very aggressive pricing. So, and I can promise you guys, each of the breaks I'm posting for the pre-expo deals, there may only be like 1 to 3 of each of those deals, of each product. So, just giving you the heads up on that. So when you do see them, my recommendation, grab the spots. So, is there anything else? That you guys are interested in? If not, then I said I'm going to kind of call it an early night. And gear up for a very, very fun Sunday. So, Sunday is going to be a great night, I believe. Because I'm going to post a couple of those pre-expo deals coming up tonight. Well, I am guessing not then. So there we go. That is my answer. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I will set the counter for Sunday for you guys. I will post the breaks up very shortly. With that being said, have yourselves a happy Halloween. And keep well, keep warm, obviously. And we will see you guys Sunday for another great evening of breaks. So keep well, everyone. We will crush Sunday for you guys. And it'll be absolutely amazing. So have a good one, everyone. And see you guys Sunday. Thanks, Grim. Appreciate it. Same with everyone else.